On this episode of Ansel Travel, today we're gonna go on one of my last rides at Splash Mountain. Also it's there for all day, so I try it out of Genie's Lightning Lane, along with tractions, breakdowns, and issues as well, as there was a good amount as to happened there was there. And then also a lot more things as well for some of the updates for San Francisco Square, and a lot more here on Ansel Travel. Today we're gonna check out Disneyland Resort update that was there back on May 8th. So let's go check it out. So even though it was like 2 weeks ago I went to Disneyland, a lot of things have actually changed. And especially that for Splash Mountain it's going to be like on the 31st, I knew I had to go. So especially that I haven't gone, just really enjoyed the parks in a while since the last couple of videos, like especially that last video I did that 2 weeks ago. It was after work and I was like, go, go, go. And pretty much had to keep going and pretty much do all the points that I hit since I was there only after work and wasn't there pretty much all day. So pretty much, just relaxed, went on a lot of attractions, and I found a lot of things to shoot along the way. Especially when you look on my whole blog, it became eventually a 4,000 word final paper, as I like to call it is. And then on the way, and you saw I stopped at the light for like at right by Simba parking lot, so then having to see how everything looks as well for Pixar Pals Hotel, which is like pretty much all white right now, so things looks pretty going along pretty well, so looked pretty good. And then so when I got there, it was like 10:30, so I was getting way up to the top floor for the 6th floor, which is inside out. Then I took video and showing what the plan was for today, which is gonna be for Splash Mountain. I took the tram in, and also just got weird looks from the little girls, and like I'm sure thinking like, why is this grown man filming the trams? Like the tram ride, come on. So he's like, what's this guy doing? I'm sure he's just thinking, and pretty much any single time that I record any video on there. But hey, awkwardness is temporary and content is forever. That's one way I think of that for that case there. I just used my GoPro and just did then went beeline from the tram stop, and then just went all the way to, then I went to Disneyland, then just dashed in because it was like right before 11 o'clock, which when they're going to be doing the transition switch, everyone like was waiting for the park hop, was like waiting outside, and then like when the guests from DCA was even waiting out, it was like, oh no, you're coming from DCA, it's like, oh no, you gotta wait. It's like, so it was like, good thing I chose Disneyland first, so and just beeline over there because it was still 25 minutes ago until Splash Mountain at that point. And yeah, so next is Splash Mountain. So Splash Mountain, it's my last ride on there, and it was like a bit sentimental there, but not for much reasons. I don't like water rides anyway, so, but when I posted a couple days ago, I get some sentimental people commenting on there, so it is a lot, and so especially back in 1989, so it would just be like the structure will be there. It'll still have like all the drops and just be rethemed and rechanged a bit there to Princess and the Frog for their new storyline there for Princess Tiana. So yeah, so it's pretty much is like my last ride on there, so that's pretty cool. It was fun, and especially since I was there all by myself, it was just me, myself. Since it was just me, myself, and I, just no one else with me. I was placed on the 6th row of like other guests that was on there as well, and pretty much from there and then it was the back. So and then it was actually in anyways people viewed it anyways. But then again, the people in the front, they were also filming too, so it would not have been much of an issue anyways. So but yeah. Also for my GoPro, I was using a GoPro Hero 9, so it's really great for videos in outdoors, but for indoors, it's kind of a bit weird, and especially didn't pick up some of the audio very well, so, but, oh well. But hey, at least the one thing that did matter was the drop. That was the most thing that was important there, and I got that, so that's all that really matters for mostly for there, and especially just as my promo video for like everyone else on there, like, whoa, like on there for all my shorts and on YouTube Shorts and TikTok, so it did get some good amount of attention for there as well, so I am very happy with that. And then after that is like, well, I got all day, and I want to go on a lot more attractions and not waits. It says, just waits for like for a lot of attraction about more or less an hour, which I did not have really patience for. So since it was just me there, might as well just get like some of the lightning lanes. So I just got Genie Plus, which is $25. But if you're a Magic key holder, it's going to be $20 for there. So it was worth it for me. And so it just depends if you really want to value that for $20 or not. But for me, it was worth it for that case there because you get a lot more attractions and don't have to wait as much. So it was worth it there for that case. For my first Genie Plus Lightning Lane attraction was Haunted Mansion. So from there was like actually just a few minute cooldown time when I made the reservation until it get posted for me to go. So then just waited a bit and then saw that the Disneyland Railroad was back. So this made things a lot. So you can take the train again because it's under maintenance when I was last there. So then after get everything set, then I scanned into my MagicBand, then all was good to go. So pretty much from there, it was like pretty much smooth sailing. Then just got merged into line under the overhang, and then it started filming, and it wasn't awkward at all. Sort of filming, but it was still pretty good. And then when we got like after like the stretching room, and then we were in like waiting line getting all bundled in, going down the queue, the rides stopped and broke down. They didn't say what exactly could happen, but it was told about 15 minutes. So thankfully, good thing I waited because otherwise then I had to wait in that line again, and which I did not want to do. So, but then a good amount. But in the meantime, they were not. The cast members were not sure when it's going to be open again. Everything get restarted again. But if they're not at least doing like a show exit, that's when everything just closes down. Then that's when everything is just get stopped and everyone has to go. But otherwise, it did eventually start again 15 minutes later, so I was happy. But of course, I feel bad for all the guests who left and didn't know. It's like, I just need to wait additional 15 minutes for things to come back up. But of course, didn't know at the time, like, how long it was going to take. But, yeah. But then it's filmed on the ride, and hopefully I'm going to post it later. Especially, I already posted it like this holiday counterparts, and now I just posted the regular version of it, so which is now going to be on my Ansel Travel bonus features channel, formerly my video game channel, because I am not very good at video gamer, and especially even though I'm a video gamer, I just don't know how to one-up things to make sure to get attention for videos, really. But really, I have a lot more content that I have not posted on there for all my travel stuff, because some stuff don't get a lot of momentum anyways, or really good amount of interest. So I think pretty much doing on my bonus feature channel will be a much better move for that case there for all those videos. So really, I think that'll be a better move for that case there as well. So especially if I do get, both of them do get to 1,000 subscriber threshold, then it will get income from both of them as well, of their ad revenue. Alright, and then also one thing that is part of the key experience for like all the lightning lanes is redemption, since you gotta either scan your pass, or one thing as well, if you have MagicBand, is to scan that instead. So, or referred to as tap on, since it is radio frequency ID or RFID that correlates to its system, and if it is correlated correctly, and then light's green, then you're good to go. Just one thing as well, that for the MagicBand, it does come off very easily. And especially it happened to me while I was on Haunted Mansion. I did not notice that somehow popped off my wrist. But thankfully, when I was exiting, when the cast members, I was checking all the vehicles when that closing, didn't notice it. And then it's like, sir, you forgot your MagicBand. I was like, oh, thank you very much. So I'm thankful for the cast member for getting my attention for that there. But then also brings up an issue of this clasp. Oh my, this thing is so cheap and I hate it. And I'm sure you can see it because all the lighting, but still, oh, there we go. But yeah, but pretty much that, it is a huge issue that this thing can easily come off there, and also didn't help that the wristband that I cut off is now really short and can easily come off. So it's like, yeah, it's like, especially like when you're waiting for my next silent lane for Big Down the Mountain, I was just, why can't they just do like a regular watch band? It's like, why can't they? Because they think they make a killing in it, but then again, this is $35. They make more money on this replacing it and the charger for it, than just the wristbands. So let alone, it's like, if anybody can buy the wristbands, I would. because I don't want to just get a whole new thing just for a new design. Especially when I was in the Disney store, I saw that the limited edition band for $65. It is really expensive for getting a new thing, and that's why I'm okay just getting plain. I just wanted to be like, cool, just getting the band. This one functionality, no design, special things with it, but it's good, especially you can just tap on, going to the parks and going onto attractions with Lightning Lane. But I just wish that they have real class of some sort instead of just this cheapy thing, and just go like that. Come on, Disney, do better. Jeez. Yeah, and pretty much all the ones I'm waiting for that, I just had a whole giant rant on there, like I'm doing right now for that with all my Instagram followers on my stories. And then after that, after Big Thunder Mountain, nothing too exciting, but I just went on there. I got first row, so cool. But of course, then that thing of being in the first row is, and then you gotta wait for all the other cars to get off the lift hill, which it takes a while. You're like, yeah, we're gonna go sort of fast. Now we go. Bye. Okay, so then after lunch is going to Ronto Roasters. And I got a Ronto wrap and then also the Styrian ice cap. I think that's how exactly it's pronounced. But for the Ronto roast, it's roasted pork with pork sausage. And then the Styrian ice cap is an Italian soda-like thing with Sprite, tangerine syrup on the bottom, and cream cheese foam on top. It was really good, and I was going to do like a short TikTok with it as well. But of course, it was very loud, no seating, and then also if I would take up like a whole table, it would just get awkward looks at me. It's like, why is this guy taking up a whole table and just doing a TikTok video? Like, come on. It's like, but yeah, but whatever. I just took a photo of it, and especially it's like requested by one of my coworkers to see that and how it's like. So it was really good, very tangerine. It was really good. It's like Italian ice, pretty much. I just called this Styrian ice cap. Okay, and then after that, I made for my next Lightning Lane, for Space Mountain, aka Hyperspace Mountain, but more on that in a moment. And then when I was trying to get over from Fantasyland to go over there, there's like to have the Magic Happens parade going by there. But then of course, when I didn't realize that went across the way, I was actually diverted to It's a Small World along for that way over there. So which was actually fine since I never actually recorded and posted that as well plainly on there as well. So it actually works. So I think that's be fine. So that's me on my bonus features channel as well. It'll be posted on, you'll see the link on top when that gets posted as well. And then from there, I eventually got back over there since after like 15 minutes of being on It's Small World, was time to go for, since the parade finally got back, is gone. At that point, then they can just really just go through to Tomorrowland there. And then at Matterhorn, they're still under refurbishments right now, and they also do have some fun facts on there as well. So especially that the mountain is climbable, and especially there is a basketball court up there. So yeah, but of course, would you climb all the way on top on there? I think you still have to go inside if anything, but hey, that's what they say on there. And then next is for Hyperspace Mountain, which is the since it is May, is for like to have like all the Star Wars night stuff going on there as well. So for that, they do have this Hyperspace Mountain overlay at Space Mountain. But yes, so for there it was pretty cool, and well, of course, couldn't really film it because, well, one, it's indoors, two, it's a roller coaster, so it's not the safest thing to record anyways. But at least I got a couple pictures, and then also I got attraction photo as well. And it's like, of course, it was pretty cool. So especially it's like you're pretty much just like you're riding you're in when the fighters there and then shooting down like all the destroyers and Imperial TIE fighters, and it was a really cool experience to do too. And especially for swapping it out, you just swap out the audio, video, and then swap out the footage and what's needed for, especially have a lot of projectors and lighting anyways. Just need to switch it out, then boom, you got a new attraction experience. So that was good there. and especially there since it was so when the Star Wars night's on there. And so it was like when it's like at 2:30, guests can go to the Starcade and then get their wristbands, so they won't be kicked out by 8 p.m. When the general public gets kicked out there, which I already left there way beforehand. Anyways, and then next was Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, and especially was a couple minutes wait, and for me, especially since then I'm part of the problem why that Buzz Lightyear is 25-minute wait time, because they give my more line priority to, I don't know, Lightning Lane people. So, and then from there, it was, well, it's actually a good thing I recorded the video, because first thing it's like, oh yeah, everything was fine, it was in a shooting, pew pew pew, but then next thing I know, it was, well, like, wait, why am I kicking points every single time? And ended up as that was, it was broken, and every single just pull trigger, he's got 500 points. It was crazy. And it was like, how? What? But then, of course, things do break down, and I don't even know the last time it even got even major refurbishment. Maybe we got some tweaks and works on here and there. I don't really recall, really, but I don't think it got anything in the last couple years since things were opening from 2021 of any of like refurbishments or whatnot like that. And especially, I did some calculations of how many times has it gone through, and especially think of like how many guests go on there. It's like things are gonna break down, things are gonna wear down. The for Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters opened in 2005, so it is roughly 18 years old. But then take a year off for all the 2020 closures. So pretty much did some quick calculations that pretty much that it is. Since the full ride through that I took video of was like 5 minutes, so for 60 divided by 5, it's about roughly 12 rides per hour, times the maximum operation time from 7 a.m. to midnight. But of course, there's some times as well that it is a lot shorter than that, anyways. But because I don't know the exact particulars of when exactly they did refurbishments, and then also all the other downtimes as well. But also, this does not count as well how many times guests are shooting their blasters too, which will also break down as well. And think also that's part of the reason why I have my issue with my blaster. And especially one time before as well, the blaster just did not work. I complained to the cast member about it. I said, "Would you like to ride again?" It's like, "Yeah, sure." Then I just had in a different car, and then they didn't stop it to tape it up or anything like that. So at this point, next guest, it's like, okay, sure, just have next guest have an issue there. And then after Buzz Lightyear was Autopia. For there, what I filmed on my phone vertically as well, and especially, which is much more easier and possible, so you can see do have lane guardrails, so you won't veer from your lane and run into other cars. However, along the way, there was, for me, it was fine, but of course, for a lot of other guests, there was some issues with some of their cars stalled, so thankfully, cast member helped to restart their car. But of course, all these are still internal combustion engines, which still put out a lot of exhaust as well, and like the lawnmower engines, gasoline engines that have not been swapped since these are newer ones back in 1999. It's like you think there would be a bit more, I don't know, electric at this point, or at least like induction plates charging while at like waiting and something like that. But I don't know. I'm not an Imagineer, so I don't know. If anything, I really wish that they at least refurbish it soon, because holy cow, they put out so much exhaust, and bless those cast members have to work that. They have to breathe that in every single day for 8 hours straight. But I can't do that at all. That is just a lot. And pretty much from when I got back into the loading bays at Autopia, I hastily exited out of the Autopia car and headed straight for Star Wars, which thankfully there was no issues there. And then after that, I went to downtown Disney, took the monorail in, and from there, pretty much it was smooth sailing. And pretty much when we got pulled right before we get to downtown Disney, we get to see that they're also working on the foundation as well, working on the dirt right now for all the former AMCM theater, which currently knows that where Din Tai Fung is going to be there, which is the dim sum place. Which I'm surprised that Porto's not going to be there. For some reason, it's going to be where the Earl sandwiches, for some weird reason. You'd think there'd be a lot more space in that, and that plenty of space to do so, but apparently not. But yeah, but it looks like they're doing a lot of ground movement right now as well. And also with that, they also did a narrow amount the how much space there is along the walkway as well. So especially like right in front of like where the stage is for the Disneyland for Downtown Disney stage, it does also take a lot of space from there. And especially trying to navigate around, yes, they're like watching the concert, then it's kind of a bit hard to do so there. But yeah, but hey, just deal with it, because hopefully you'll get something really good, a lot more things than just Din Tai Fung right there in the future. I'm sure there is, but we'll just have to see who else they're going to announce for there. And then as well as one other major thing is, now the Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen is now officially is Jazz Kitchen Coastal Grill and Patio. Yay. Especially for that now, it's like so plain and beige. It just looks like just blends in with everything else, and it doesn't have much of that funky architecture as much anymore. I'm sure it does have some, but it just doesn't really stand out anymore. Oh well. And especially like when I was there, it pretty much was that first day on May 8th was like when that first day of the Coastal Jazz Kitchen Coastal Grill. It pretty much was like that. They'll pretty much have that have a person there taking videos and photos as well for promoting there. So it was like perfect timing there to get that, to see that they're doing that there. And then for Downtown Disney, nothing else too different. So, so besides that, Catal and Yuva Bar and Sprinkles are gone. So those will be for, won't get new things for a while. So still in construction there. And then after that, I went to California Adventure. And now, since it is May 8th, is like Food and Wine Festival is long gone, and now there won't be any food carts for another 6 months until in November for all the for like a holiday festival comes around again. For my next lane to Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the rescue. However, when I was in there, it's like, wait a minute, the video is not working. The screen is not working for all the intro video. I'm sure it's like I didn't really. Especially like for me as a guest, it'd be like confused, like why are these monsters here? Are they supposed to do something? It's like, especially there's still kind of like a residual thing from from the Ride's previous incarnation. The things like Superstar Limousine from that previous incarnation. So then they still reuse it for all the video on there. For it to be like an accepted story. And then for next lane in lane, I made for Goofy Sky School, which would have like an hour time before I can tap on with my MagicBand. In the meantime, I went out and found a few other things as well. One thing as well is going to be is Rogers the Musicals coming June 30th. And then also Mantis was also doing Guardian Galaxy meet and greet. I did not see her, but there was like a long line, so I think that was for her there. So I think that was supposed to be that for that line there. But then also is like also in correlation as well for the Guardian Galaxy's Volume 3 new movie as well, which I have not seen. Not sure really we'll see it in theaters because I'm not going to a theater at all since things reopen. And then going through Radiator Springs, I went to the single rider line, which is about 15 minutes. However, could not use my Lightning Lane because it's not included on the base level one for there, because it costs a whopping $18 per person for Lightning Lane. And I am not going to do additional $18. No. But especially since I was here myself anyways, might as well just do the single, still the single line anyways. Alright, after Radiator Springs, I went to walked around a bit before time for Goofy Sky School. Along the way, saw that Grizzly River One was filing back from refurbishment. So it took in the moment and recorded the lift hill, which the water wheel is not operating for some reason. Then a bit later, my phone dinged. That's Goofy Sky School. It was time for Goofy Sky School. Goofy Sky School is pretty much a reskin of like kind of like of how Monsters Inc. was to like a reskin of Superstar Limo. Goofy Sky School is a reskin of Mulholland Madness. So pretty much it still has the same has like the same structure. They just reskinned it there, so it's have a Goofy theme of Goofy teaching guests how to fly, which is like similar to his how to cartoon shorts were. And pretty much from there, it's just like roller coaster track with the initial lift hill, and then it's like has like a lot of hairpin turns and stops and drops and stops. And one of the stops last break one was so powerful it forced down a notch on my restraint and it hurt my lap a bit. And the attraction also does have a single rider line as well, which is kind of variable. And especially one note for all single rider lines, they are very variable. So if there is high demand and that they know that they're not gonna have a lot of odd amount people there, then just gonna do is they're gonna close out single rider. As you can tell, that sign can just flip down when they're not gonna be doing single rider as well. And then following that, it's going to be the Incredicoaster, a reskin of California Screamin'. However, I had to wait 15 minutes before I can tap onto the ride. So it took some time to took around Pixar Pier as well, formerly the Paradise Pier. Just getting so much DCA 1.0's nostalgia. The attraction does have single line as well, but of course, always variable. And the queue, so if you're not too familiar with it, so pretty much the Incredibles are self-aware that a roller coaster was renamed in their honor. And then also one thing as well, make sure to always have everything down, because especially like my pocket is like very loose, like outdoor shorts. So when I had like my phone there, like when it went through like the for like initial launch, it just flew my phone out of my pocket, so and I held on to a dear life afterwards, got a hold of it. It's like, yeah, make sure that anything that's in your pockets is in a backpack that's sitting on the ground, or and then like have anything like a side pockets or something like that on my shorts. Yeah, so after Incredicoaster, put in my last night in lane for soaring over California oh wait, Boone Wine's over, so that means it's soaring around the world. Yeah, so putting time for that, so which would be an hour, which is perfect time for dinner. In the meantime there, went to Pacific Wharf to get dinner and check out some construction of Bigger 6 retheming of San Francisco Square. There was a lot more scaffolding than was 2 weeks ago. Along at the Boudin Bakery tours, there was Japanese kanji on the outside of the doors as well. As you can tell, you can say the writings of change were written on the walls. Most changes were exterior for right now, but hopefully the bakery stays put because they have the best soup in a bread bowl in this side of California. Especially since it is baked right there, can't get any more fresher than that. Otherwise, if you go to the Boudins, and it's kind of a bit older, it depends how much they actually make it there as well at that location. And then so for dinner, got the one the clam chowder bowls I did with mobile ordering, and then also with a 10-minute wait time as well. So I just waited, and then while I did that, I went to the Pacific Wharf Distribution Company and then got a beer as well from the Carl Strauss Brewing Companies at the Wharf Distribution Company. So got is like one of their last beers, which was the Sun, like Follow the Sun Blonde Pilsner, which is like 4.8 alcohol per volume there. And then I sipped my beer and waited a bit until my time was up, and then they got there, and then they picked up my order, then just put everything in the bowl. Then I found a spot, and it was like perfect sunset right there. It's like with the picture of the beer and the bread bowl, it was so perfect. I loved it. And then also then as well, it was one of the Warriors Lakers conference finals game. For there they had, it was like from there, pretty much it's like the Warriors and Lakers game was happening. So then it's like, actually it was playing. Oh, cool. Then it's just watched a bit on there, because especially there is Wi-Fi on there as well in the park, which is Disneyland guest Wi-Fi, which is open, just in accept terms and conditions, then you're good there. And then pretty much you can just stream it there. It was like when they tested it was like 42 megabits per second, so you get very good speeds there. So you can definitely stream it on there as well. As long as you got a battery pack, then you can just watch and stream, like while eating dinner, and then get your phone charged too, to an extent that won't kill your battery. But thankfully, I have a really big battery pack for that there. After eating, it was time to tap on for soaring around the world. Along the way, I remember seeing about one of the feral cats, Nutmeg, apparently passing away, according to Disneyland News today. There wasn't, which is not affiliated by Walt Disney Company, and especially, I don't think or anything like that Walt Disney Company's gonna put anything like that. That one, their feral cats are passed away. But yeah, but something like fan blogs like that would definitely say so, because especially that it was that for Nutmeg, while I've not been there before, it has been apparently a cornerstone and well revered by guests there as well. Even so, that they even have their own drink there as well after Nutmeg. And especially for cats there, they do there to keep all the pests away, and especially and they're well beloved by guests and cast members. I even saw and posted one about one that makes colleagues back at Grizzly River Run one time there as well, which is like that one same spot, but that is down there. That kind of reminded me there as well. Then there, I went to Soaring Around the World and made a joke about the wait a minute, this is not time for soaring over California. No, it's soaring around the world now. So from there, and then after touring around the world, I had to headed back. It was like 8:30, and was there for like nearly 10 hours at that point. After like got into the garage, and so it's like it was getting late for me personally too. And it's just like, and then so pretty much then I just headed back home from there. So I decided to walk back and then see how things are towards an evening time there as well in downtown Disney, and see how things are with the concert, and then coastal for the Jazz Kitchen Coastal Grill as well. So from there, I did see on the store they have like wristbands for like Apple Watches. It's like, why can't you make watch bands for these? And especially there, I saw that they had the premium like watches designs for like $65. It was like, why? Why you went? Why? Oh well. At the Jazz Kitchen, there was a lot of clamoring guests were waiting for beignets, as they were selling exclusively beignets there as well. So for clamoring guests, since that's the only option at that point now to get it, because the French market was where they have beignets, and at the Julie Bar which sells beignets is being reversed to Tiana's place. So for the Jazz Kitchen, selling beignets was a welcoming sight to many, especially even with the Jazz Kitchen Coastal Grill name change. But hey, at least you want to get beignets, you get the beignets, and as long as the menu didn't change too drastically with still similar Creole style food, then yeah, definitely. And then as well at downtown Disney, a Hawaiian band was playing there in the walkway area. It was a little bit hard to navigate, so guests were watching the band, but of course after that, a lot of guests still had to like navigate around there. Thank you for watching Ansel Travel. I know this is a very long one. This one is like not very vloggy one. This one's more just me like talking to you guys about things, but things is just much easier that way because I don't hit the talking points as well, really, since I was not really prepared on how I could talk about things at the park, I guess. So that's kind of a bit more all over the place, but I think it was much easier this way for me to convey information better, along with like putting in more information and then also titles as well, so a bit more informative things there as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. So thank you for watching. I'm Ansel Lab with Ansel Travel. Thank you for watching.